what are your thoughts on school nowadays? It's just a question that popped in my mind. Do you recommend it for certain jobs, obviously, but not others? Like, what are your thoughts on college now? I'm speaking more in regards
Colleges
to
have to be better than they seem to be. They have to be.
Sure.
I think the U.S. is very good at creating somehow through obsessions with video games and when you're 7 and so forth. Like my grandson, somehow these kids come out and they're very entrepreneurial and they're very tech savvy and
Right.
they're doing amazing things. And I don't know how much can be. I can't even really comment on schools.
Sure.
I mean, colleges seem to be in disarray to me, and the number of faculty has been maintained, but the number of admin has exploded. And
Yeah.
how can that be good for an education? I just don't understand.
Sure.
And there's just too much money. And anyway, I'm not an expert on that.
Sure. Yeah. Neither am I.
But I did not make the most of my 4 years at Northwestern. I did graduate.
You said with the English degree.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could have done maybe a little more honed in like marketing or something.
I wish that probably was a typical college kid. It's more about the beer and
Always.
the experiences. And looking back, I wish I had some amazing, again, lucky experiences. I had Richard Ellman for a professor.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he wrote biographies of Oscar Wilde and others. He's just a brilliant man, and I happened to get him at Northwestern, and I was lucky he was there. Anyway, I just I wish I had made more of those 4 years, but I didn't. And I would say I've made more of the time since then than most people. I read a lot,
Right.
take in a lot, and I try to be thoughtful about a lot of things.
It's funny you said that because, well, people can't see it, but my iPhone recording this is stacked on a bunch of books. And back in college, I made it as cheesy as it is, a New Year's resolution to read a book a month. And it was a self-help or business book or, I guess like just book that boosted my human capital, rather than like a Harry Potter book or whatever. Love Harry Potter though still. But also at that time, I was helping my cousins build a coffee company, Madrina's Coffee, right out of high school. And while I was in college for a couple of years, and my degree going into college was entrepreneurship and marketing. And I quickly learned that I was learning more just kind of doing the work actually with the coffee company than a professor could teach me who's never started a business or has only really just taught. And so I'm glad you mentioned your education continued after college because I switched my majors, but then I learned more. I mean, I remember like 3 things from college. I'll be quite honest, but I remember so much from these books right here. Like I could give you a quick 1-page synopsis on all of them. And I've been doing that since about, I think it was 2016. I dropped off a few months here and there, but picked it back up fully this year. And I think that's important to, I guess, supplement formal education maybe with books that are in your passion. Because I mean, as a college kid, I mean, even right now, you have like advertising, marketing, digital media. Those aren't your only passions. I mean, you might go bow hunting on the weekends in the summer. I have no idea, but I think it's important and critical for kids. I call them young people to expand their knowledge in more than just their major. I mean, it's not the only thing that defines you, and you're probably not even going to use that. I mean, I don't use either of my majors, real estate and finance. I do insurance.
I'd say, as busy as people are, a book a month is a pretty ambitious goal. And if you can meet that, I think that's great. I'm reading more than that, but I have a lot of free time these days because nobody needs me. But I listen to audiobooks, which I highly recommend, and I read real books, and I read on my phone, and I read on my iPad. I mean, I read books so I really have 4 different ways to read books. And I do like the paper book, yeah, but if I'm sitting, like I was sitting at McDonald's this morning reading A History of London on my iPhone, and it works just fine. I love it.
Yeah.